Hey YouTube, it's Watachi again. Um, I'm doing this video because I had somebody who sent me a video to watch, and it's in the description, the link to it, so that you guys can watch it, and maybe it'll put a smile on your face. But this person that sent it to me, because they think I'm a conservative, that this video was going to make me smile and make me a happy camper, or just all around make my day. When in reality, it didn't do that at all. As a matter of fact, it just proves something I've been saying for a long time now. But for those of you that still believe, well, let me first say, I'm not a conservative. Yes, I did vote for Trump, and I know you guys have heard me say that before. But I'm not a conservative. I'm not a damn Democrat either. And I'm not a libertarian. What I am, and the only reason I am this, is because I personally don't feel like I need a government in any way, shape, or form to tell me the difference between right and wrong, tell me what I can and cannot do. I don't need a government for that. I have a Bible, and I have a God and a fear of God's wrath that does that just fine. But I do believe, because the majority of the people can't control themselves, that we do have to have some laws. So I back the original Constitution 100%. 100%. The first one that they put out that was for, or the Constitution of the United States of America, the Republic of the United States of America. I back that Constitution 100%. Now, it doesn't give me any rights, but it bounds the hands of the corrupted government that we have today. But like I said before, the Constitution was basically destroyed when they passed the Act of 1871, right after the Civil War. And this is the only proof you need that will prove that 100%. And this video, this guy is tickled to death because Trump is going to get his way on something, and it's the Ninth Circuit Court, the federal court, that has been blocking, it blocked the fact that he wanted to stop anybody coming in from 7 different countries that are Muslim faith and that can't be vetted from where they are coming from. So we don't know what kind of people they are. They could be terrorists, and they might not be. Either way. But this same court stopped Trump from passing an executive order that he had every right to do according to the Constitution. He had every right to do it. Obama did it, and everybody, the liberals, thought it was okay. But because Trump did it, now they're the ones fought it, and they got this Ninth Circuit Court to back them on it and stop him from being able to do it. Well, they've also have been the ones that have been fighting him on the wall, too. And it's because they're a bunch of liberals that have been running that court. Well, it's saying today that, or in this video, that Trump is going to be able to replace enough judges in that Ninth Circuit Court with the people he wants in there, which are conservatives, that it's going to stop them from being able to affect what he wants to do. Now, when it comes to court systems, people, what you guys don't understand, and this is why it backs what I say 100%. In court, even the smaller city, county, state courts, you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, which isn't true. You and I and everybody already knows that. You're guilty as hell until you prove yourself innocent, and all it takes is the word of one officer to say you're guilty of something, and you're guilty of it until you prove you're not. And the reason why I know this for a fact is that I had one time, I was a subcontractor, worked for myself, running mail for the post office, driving a semi. Now, I got pulled over by a police officer that every time he pulled me over, state trooper out of Indianapolis, every time he pulled me over, he wrote me a speeding ticket for 76 and a 55 or a 65 or whatever the speed limit would be. He would always write me a ticket for 76. And after about the third time, I figured it out, and I told him, I see what's going on here. Your damn radar gun's broken. It's broken at 76 miles an hour. Well, now my truck that I drove for the post office, it had to be ran through the postal mechanics because they were only allowed to run 62 mile an hour. So the postal mechanics, you'd put it in their shop, and they would set on the computer, they'd set the governors at 62 mile an hour. Now, downhill with the wind, fully loaded, 80,000 pounds, you might get 65 mile an hour out of it just because of the weight and everything rolling down the hill. Or if you kicked it out of gear, you could get maybe 70. But Indianapolis is so flat, you don't see too many hills. It's just flat. So for you to be able to have a truck that's governed at 62 mile an hour and be able to run 76 mile an hour is not going to happen. So when this state trooper gave me this ticket, I went to the post office, which is a government agency, or it's funded by government money anyway. I got their mechanic that set the governor on my truck. He actually was the one that set it by computer. I got him to go to court with me as a witness, and the guy that the company that I worked for that had been in my truck and knew it would only do 62 mile an hour. I got the owner of my company, of the company I was leased on with, and that the truck was leased on with, and the actual mechanic that set the governor, and myself went to court in front of this judge. And, the judge asked me if I had any evidence to prove that my truck, or to help me prove my innocence. And I told him I gave him the people that were there to back what I was saying. The mechanic said there wasn't no way that truck could do 76 mile an hour. It was governed at 62. The guy that owned the company said that there was no way that truck could do 76 mile an hour. It was governed at 62 mile an hour. I said it was governed at 62 mile an hour. And the judge basically looked at all three of us and basically looked at me and said, I don't care how much evidence you bring into this courtroom. And he pointed it at the state trooper that wrote me the ticket and said, if that man right there says you was doing 76 mile an hour, you were doing 76 mile an hour. No matter how much evidence you bring in there proving that you wasn't, you're guilty. So I had to pay the fine, the ticket, and everything. It went against my license. Now, this is what I'm talking about, people. That proves right there that you're not innocent until proven guilty. And that also proves right there that it don't matter how much evidence you have, you might not still be able to prove yourself innocent as long as they got one crooked-ass police officer standing there, policy enforcer, I should say, standing there saying you're guilty of something. And he don't need no damn evidence. All it takes is his word, period. Because a radar gun has to be calibrated and it can be given a bad reading. A photo, they can have a photo on one of these telephone poles out here saying you was speeding or ran a red light. That's fault. That could be faulty and something could be wrong with the information on that. All they need is a policy enforcer stating something and you are guilty of it. Now, with these federal courts, they're supposed to back what the Constitution says, and the Supreme Court is supposed to interpret what it says. Now, there's plenty of cases that have in the years since 1776 it's came up in this country that they call common law, that they could go back on and check and see what was decided years ago on these same kind of cases, and they can decide to do that too, unless somehow the Constitution was changed. But with the Supreme Court, their job is not to tell you their opinion on what the Constitution says. They're just supposed to look at the wording of it and interpret what it says. Doesn't matter whether they have a D behind their name or an R behind their name or a damn L behind their name or whatever else they could have behind their name. It doesn't matter. Their opinions in the justice system in our United States of America, the Republic, is not supposed to include that judge's opinion. He's supposed to look at the laws, find out the evidence, and beyond a reasonable doubt, you be found guilty. If there's any slight bit of doubt, then they're supposed to find you innocent, and you're supposed to walk. Now, this is how O.J. Simpson got away with murder. This is how, I don't know, this last clown, Smollett or whatever his name, how he walked, I don't have a clue, and nobody does on that except for the handful of people that were in that meeting that decided that he could walk. But this is what aggravates me, you know. They're saying now this Ninth Circuit Court is going to have more conservatives in it now than liberals, so they're going to start siding with Trump instead of against Trump. Well, that ain't the way it's supposed to be, people. It's supposed to be, they're supposed to look at the laws, go by what the law states, and decide, make their decision off of that. It's not supposed to be whether they're conservative or liberal or nothing. It's all bullshit. And as long as everybody's going to sit here and let them have their own opinion on what the law states, this is why they write these laws in the manners that they do. They make them so what's the word for it? They write them so that they can be twisted into whatever they want them to be twisted into. But then if you try to go in there and argue those same twists, well, it don't work for you that way. It only works for them to be able to twist it however they want. Well, that ain't the way it's supposed to be, people. I don't want Trump to have any more control with his conservatives over the laws than the liberals. I just want them to all follow the damn laws. That's all I want them to do. That's why the Constitution was put into place, to see to it that our government didn't get out of control. And it already has. It's already out of control. And that includes Trump. That includes everybody in D.C. Everybody that's sitting in the town I live in, all these damn governors, the damn mayors, the damn cops, they're all, none of them following the laws. They think they can just make up the laws as they go. And it's bullcrap, people. How long are we going to sit around and put up with this stuff? Ignorance of the law is no excuse for you. But it's okay. That does work for a cop. Now, a cop's supposed to know the laws, but he can claim ignorance. It's called qualified immunity. But you can't. You can't claim ignorance. And there's, who knows? I'm going to say 1 billion damn laws on the books. There's probably more than that. And we want them to get along in Washington, D.C. so they can get some more stuff done. What, write more laws? More laws that takes away more of our rights and freedoms? They don't follow the Constitution as it is. There isn't supposed to be not one gun law at all in this country. And that's all you patriots and all you people that say you back the Constitution. Every one of you should believe that right there. No background checks. No bans on any kind of weapons, arms whatsoever, according to the Constitution. But you'll say, we need common sense gun laws. Well, where's the common sense gun laws in? Whose common sense are we talking about? It's ignorance, people. Ignorance. Keep giving them all the control they want. Let the prisoners run the prison. That's all you're doing. Because the Constitution was the bars that kept them in place. Now that they've removed the bars, there are no bars. May God bless us all, people, because we're going to need it. We're going to need it more and more the longer we allow this stuff to happen. Good day.